Hey there, YouTube learners. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating story from the world of automobiles, Ford's return to India. Yes, you heard that right. After pulling out of the Indian market a few years ago, Ford is coming back. But this time it's not just about selling cars, it's part of a much bigger strategy. Now, some of you might remember when Ford Motor Company decided to exit India a few years ago. It was big news at the time. Ford had been in India for over 2 decades, but they just couldn't make it work. They shut down production and exited the market, leaving a lot of us wondering, what went wrong? But guess what? They're coming back, and this time, they've got a whole new plan. It's like a U-turn in their strategy. They're not just looking to sell cars in India. They're planning to manufacture cars in India and export them to other countries too. Before we jump into what Ford's planning this time, let's rewind a bit and figure out why they struggled in India in the first place. I mean, look at companies like Hyundai, Volkswagen, and Maruti Suzuki. They've done pretty well here. So why did Ford, a global giant, stumble? It's not just about building great cars, it's about building cars that people in India want to buy. Indian consumers, for example, love cars that are compact, fuel-efficient, and affordable to maintain. Ford, on the other hand, was known for larger models like the Endeavour and the EcoSport, which, although well loved by some, didn't appeal to the masses who prioritize economy over luxury. Successful companies like Hyundai understood this and formed strong local partnerships early on. These partnerships helped them adapt to the Indian market more efficiently, whether it was designing cars that suited local preferences or keeping production costs down. Here's a big one: customer service after the sale. Car buyers in India value good after-sales service just as much as the car itself. They want to know that if something goes wrong, they can count on the company to fix it quickly. Ford had a reputation for expensive and hard-to-find spare parts, which turned off a lot of potential customers. All right, so what's Ford doing differently this time? Well, they're focusing on something that makes a lot of sense: manufacturing in India. They've still got their plant in Chennai, which has the capacity to produce a significant number of cars. But instead of just making cars for the Indian market, Ford is planning to use India as an export hub. That means they'll be building cars in India and shipping them to markets all over the world. Now, some of you might be wondering, why Tamil Nadu? Why not any other state? Here's why Ford made this smart choice. Tamil Nadu has a long history in automobile manufacturing. The state is home to a highly skilled workforce that knows how to build cars efficiently. Companies like Hyundai and BMW already have plants here, so the talent pool is deep. The state has great infrastructure, from highways to ports. That makes it easier for Ford to not only manufacture cars but also to export them efficiently. Finally, the Tamil Nadu government offers incentives to companies that set up shop there, including tax benefits and easier regulatory processes. This makes it a cost-effective decision for Ford. While Ford's new strategy looks promising, it's not going to be an easy ride. The Indian market has changed a lot in the last few years. The rise of electric vehicles and concerns about fuel efficiency are pushing car makers to innovate faster than ever. Plus, Indian consumers are more informed now. They expect value, reliability, and after-sales support. Ford will have to work hard to deliver on these fronts. So, what does the future hold for Ford in India? It's hard to predict exactly how this will play out, but they've clearly learned from their past mistakes. By focusing on manufacturing, exports, and maybe even expanding into the electric vehicle space, Ford is positioning itself for a more sustainable business model. If they can get the balance right, understanding Indian consumers, offering better after-sales service, and keeping their product lineup fresh, they might just turn things around. At the end of the day, Ford's comeback in India is a great example of how even the biggest companies need to adapt to survive. The Indian market is unique. It requires understanding the local culture, preferences, and economic realities. Whether Ford will succeed this time is yet to be seen, but it's clear they've learned some valuable lessons. What do you think? Will Ford make it big this time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth business stories and market insights. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.